Okay, you giant nerd burgers. It is time for the second part because we are going to skip right over the camp sequence and we are going to get right into it because
I,
people.
should
Go ahead.
should I use the Bahir stat sheets for this? Like, do you still have that up for the fight?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
So it does not have the wild magic bullshit. It does not have the. It does not have a lot of the special abilities like shaking off a status effect every round. However, the Behir does have a hell of a bite attack. It has the ability to breathe lightning, and it has the ability to eat things whole
Ooh.
and strangle them to death.
And we never would have known any of these things from the fight.
Yeah, because
Like
you.
literally, Zad is just like, "Hey, that was me."
Then just looks at it, it's like, be happy you even get a chance to do anything.
It'll be the one thing Terry actually had time before the big fight was someone telling him what a Bahir can actually do.
Precisely.
Someday, Zan will run into an enemy that's immune to stun.
And Zan will
That
cry.
It'll be
okay.
really awkward.
No, he
New
won't.
map.
He's retired now.
Good point.
So let's continue.
Oh,
Okay, you
I
giant
like how
nerds.
Waffle and Lunk Thunk are here. Good
Yes,
job.
We're gonna
nerds.
continue. Anyway,
Okay, and just one moment because there's one last thing that I have to put on here. Say hello to Tina,
Hi, Tina.
and I need the orb because it's here, even if it's not doing anything.
I like to imagine, even though it's completely stable, it still hums very ominously
Yes,
because it's an orb, and that's what orbs do.
all orbs hum ominously.
it's
Yes.
true.
It's how they communicate.
Like I have this one like in the roof of my house that constantly gives off light, and when I put my ear to it, it hums ominously and also burns me.
I'm glad that we've switched to LED light bulbs. Now, what has been going on?
What has
Why
been
are they
going
on
on?
this magnificent dwarven
Mag-
bridge? What
Magnificent, yes.
magnificent?
So they are on this bridge because as they get back to into base, they are immediately whisked out by York, Zara, Arnold, and Pep because the battle is about to be joined. The undead are massing on the other end of the bridge, and they are marching all this distance. And to be frank, York doesn't see much of a point in going further onto the bridge when the troops can get tired and the undead can't.
That's fair.
Okay, Ert's going to go up and demand a toll. This is his bridge. He made it. They are not crossing without paying.
Ert, you are literally going across the lines in order to start demanding things of the undead.
I mean, look, I got all my magic back. Fuck them.
Okay, Ert, you start approaching. Five figures, two of which are familiar, loom at the end of the bridge. And so, Ert, you approach, and one figure steps forward.
Ert's like, hey, that guy.
And that guy, indeed, looks to Ert with an expression of scorn and says, "You."
Yeah, me. This is my bridge. Did you pay the toll?
We will not be paying any tolls.
Then you can fuck right the fuck off. And Ert just leaves. Vortex warp.
Just teleports away.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's
Like
awesome.
you that's it. That's it. That's it. Bye.
And there's just like a congealed moment of silence as
One,
Ert just.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right there. Ert's there now. Later.
Dorlock is not going to let this opportunity to go to waste. He is in fact a lich, and he is going to be
Which
doing a
one's the
lich.
who now?
Oh boy!
You mean the lizard one?
Now hold on,
They all have skulls on their head.
hold on. Let's see.
Okay, if we're
Hold
going
on, hold
by
on.
10
Put
for
your.
the vortex rule, that should be there.
Oh, only there.
Oh, is it 5 or 10 per?
Let me see. Vortex warp. Vortex warp. Range 90 feet. Okay, so you can go up to 90 feet.
Boop. Come get me, nerds.
Oh boy. The Lich is going to try, but it turns out that a lot of its spells have a 60-foot range.
Well then.
Okay,
Okay.
there is exactly one spell that it can use on you from this range.
And
It casts Fireball.
fuck off.
And is it only because the fireball radius can actually reach?
No, Fireball has a range of 150 feet for some reason.
Ah. I thought it would have been hilarious if you could cast that fireball and only the very edge could hit Urt.
What do you want me to roll here?
It's a dexterity saving throw, Urt.
My bad.
Uh,
Is just yoked.
And this
Urt is
is
just yoked like a bowling pin through the lines. Come on, give me a double damage on this. Hit me.
12d6? What level
Yeah.
spell was that?
This is upcast as high as the Lich can.
I got 2 health left, bitches.
Okay, so Urt goes out, demands money, and then flies back into the party with 2 health remaining, just absolutely fucking smoldering.
2 health?
Help me
Jeez.
adjust my character health, please.
I just did.
Okay, everyone remember Urt is about to fucking die. Everyone remember that.
Okay, so Urt,
Like, here, Tato, don't step on me.
I want to know if any of those guys down at the end have noticed potato.
They have, and the squadron are all very pleased that they have the potato on hand. The undead are apparently debating amongst themselves about what to do about this.
Can they tell that it's a dog inside of a Bahir body, or just that there is a Bahir here?
There is a Bahir here. That's all that they know.
Okay, can I take a moment here? Urt's gonna reach up to Zan in a very dramatic moment, hand him the pillowcase full of fireball runes.
Zan's gonna tentatively grab it and say, "What the hell is this?"
Urt's gonna be like, kill them all.
I mean, that was the plan anyway. Yeah.
Again.
Sounds like a plan.
Anyway.
Terry looks back and sees the pillowcase and goes, "Isn't that your pillowcase full of fireball runes?"
Yeah, don't actually set those off.
Wait, is this my pillowcase?
Urt's like, I didn't have one. We aren't allowed to.
Zan kicks Hurt for 1 HP.
Oh God.
One non-lethal.
Okay.
Don't take my pillowcase and fill it full of explosives.
God,
You
I'm
guys are
already
teaching terrible lessons to this new Crystal Orb character.
Oh God, what's up, Becky?
Oh, I was just sitting here thinking Kathleen's already gonna have to use her goddamn skills on Urt.
Oh boy. Yeah, she might. So, this is going to be another army combat as the undead generals step aside as their legions of undead soldiers start marching through. And there are a lot. I will put them on the map in just a moment. There seem to be a few forces in reserve, so this isn't all of them. They appear to be paranoid about, someone coming in and nuking all their forces for some reason.
Like that thing they felt.
Mm-hmm. So,
Okay, I know I'm down on the ground and I can't really see shit, but why are they all in rows like that?
Why are we all in rows?
Like, why aren't the zombies in front of the archers? Urt is just
Don't question their tactical knowledge.
Don't
With
give
your-
the undead tactical advice.
continue.
as Urt says this, the zombies step in front of the archers.
What's that blue line? Did one of us draw that?
I
Blue
didn't.
line?
Above
The
the
ones over
shadow
the division?
division.
Oh, fucking. You are supposed to be able to see the blue lines on all of them. That is an indicator of how many of their units are still alive.
Ah,
We
okay.
can
The
only see
health
it on the
bar.
shadow. No,
Yeah.
okay.
Skeleton, zombies, and all the other shits.
Yeah, here, I'm updating the settings because I wanted this to go smoothly, but apparently I did not catch this before the battle began.
How's everyone doing on stamina? Everyone good to continue, or anyone need a break before we go into this?
I'm chilling.
Becky, you
I'm
chilling?
okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
Let's
Okay,
do some group combat. Bert
indeed.
says from 1 HP on the ground.
He gets a headache.
Hey, Zan, remember when you said that I should only have 10 HP instead of 12?
Yeah.
You tried to kill me. Just saying.
Also, I just want to specify that that lich used a literally as powerful as he could make it fireball. That was a 9th level fireball.
On Earth.
Well,
Was that like his only 9th level spell for the day?
Yes, because he hated Urt that much.
I mean, I can understand that.
Just think of what would have happened if Urt didn't have his beard. Just saying.
Oh boy.
Okay, I have an idea when we start.
Let's get the zombies into shape. We can see their health bars.
All right. Are you guys ready to begin?
I am. I'm just looking up a certain spell.
Okay, I'll give you a moment.
Because all of these zombies seem to be wearing metal armor,
Oh, indeed.
including a sub-commander and a boss.
It is true.
Keep metal. Hooray.
Yeah, it's got a range of 60 feet, though, so I'm going to have to get pretty close to them. But I'm keeping that in reserve.
All right, you nerdos. We are coming up on the big group combat sequence. I'm going to adjust the macros so that they will actually appear for you. Okay. Now, if you would help me out in just a moment, when you click on a squadron, there should be 6 buttons that appear up top.
I see them.
Oh, hold up. There we go. 6 buttons, not 5. There was one that was missing. Okay.
Yep.
So you can all click them and you can all do them. So I will give you the numbers that you have to put in on them, but when you issue your commands, you will have to roll all these. You will have to determine what the squads do and how they attack. Now then, we're going to get into the first part of this. It is time for us to begin the final battle. So we are going to go into a very simplified turn order.
Us versus them?
Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to flip between the two. All right, so your forces are standing ready. The undead are lining up, and they are beginning to make their march. Now, you may issue one command to each squadron. We have Squadron Elf, Squadron Dwarf, Squadron Bird, and I will be controlling Squadron Shroom in the back. They are the reserve squadron.
So how does Zan and Terry take this?
Huh?
Like, Urt has just gone forward, demanded money, and got reduced to 1 HP.
Yeah, and Zan's just like, yeah, that tracks.
It was 2 HP.
Again, that tracks.
So now what?
Now,
Like, everyone's looking at Zan.
yeah. Zan, do you give an order?
Are we in range? How far away are they?
Of their longbows, yes.
Okay. Fire longbows.
Okay, the zombie rank is going to be taking this, and the zombies have an AC of 15. So go ahead and click on your squadron and say Squadron Longbow.
Yep. And AC -4, so it's 11.
Yep. Okay, 11 hits, and now click on the damage number and put on 11.
91 damage.
Okay. Wow. And the zombies have a special ability that they reduce damage. They reduced it by 19 this time around.
So I did 72.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so you watch as you annihilate about a third of all of those zombies up front.
I feel like Zan's like, no, 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 don't all aim for the same one. What is this, Total War?
Guys,
Okay,
spread out your fire, please.
all right. Next up, Squadron Dwarf and Squadron Elf. Are you going to follow the example?
Well, one, I have lost my handout.
One moment, I'll make it pop up. It is right at the top of the journal, so.
Ah,
Oh, each player can use one of those each of their turns. Herder. Yeah, well, my
Yeah.
bad. I forgot. I thought it was only one total per turn.
Anywho, so that
darn it won't pull up. Anyways, it's not
it
pulling
won't.
up for me just because of lag, I think.
Yeah.
I have
I
it.
can go ahead
I
and post
know,
it in Player Playground.
That's probably best.
I know Kethlin has a thing to help Ert. Yeah, the triage, technically.
So Kethlin is just going to triage Ert to make sure that he doesn't die.
Basically give him some temporary hell.
Okay,
Okay.
so what Ert wants to do here, Terry, is Ert wants to crawl towards the zombie Bahir and be like, come here.
It's not a zombie Bahir.
Sorry, the resurrected Bahir, the puppy Bahir, the potato. Ert just wants to
Potato.
crawl forward towards it and slap it with vortex warp. Terry, this needs your approval.
You
Do
are
you see
not.
Terry?
Go ahead.
How long is the range for his lightning? 1 second. 20 feet long and 5 feet wide.
Yeah, it's a lightning breath, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a breath. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 zombies in a row, along with their sub commanders and some commanders in the back. In one line.
I mean, yeah, take the vortex warp and just murder.
It is notable, though, that Vortex Warp has a 90-foot range. That doesn't quite get you out all the way to the undead forces. You might have to wait for them to close the distance to you.
Okay. Terry will tell Ert that he needs to wait on the vortex warp. What we can do, okay, Ert, prepare it so that when they come into range, like close enough, that I can get 4 of these zombies in the range of the breath. You cast it, and I'll have Potato prepare an action so that when he gets vortexed, he immediately shoots lightning breath.
And the lightning breath is the one ability that it has that is not affected by the resurrection.
Okay, cool. Now that you have a plan, Ert has no agency because he has 1 HP.
But Ert still gets to
And
do a
so
thing.
Ert's plan is after he teleports this giant disposable dog lizard thing into combat, he's gonna crawl over to Katie. He's gonna kill all these fuckers. He's gonna turn the gain on Katie so high that anyone under level 3 is just gone.
Like most of your army.
Sorry, level 2. My bad. Level 2, right? We're good with 2 guys? Squadron
Well,
Trim, we good with 2?
I don't want to kill our army.
okay, so it is now time for the other squadrons to do their thing.
Now I'm gonna tell Terry's gonna tell Kathleen to keep Ert from doing dumb stuff, like killing our army.
Can I retroactively do shield wall on my guys since I forgot to do a command?
Shield wall is best when the attack is coming in.
I mean, are they not going to? So I don't have to do it preemptively. I just have to do it.
You do not have to do it preemptively.
Okay, cool. Then we're fine. I thought I had to do it preemptively.
Right. So my squadron will do a longbow.
Okay.
What was the number I need to put in? 11?
Yes. Okay, and now do damage with 10.
78.
Okay, and that is to the zombie ranks up front, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they get.
And now, you have a squadron.
No one has commanded this squadron. One of the CRT is going to have to step in.
Earth's not gonna come in.
So
I
let's
think
roll
it
this at
I
disadvantage.
I was gonna say I think it's less giving the directions and then just you as the player getting a squadron to play with as well.
Oh, fine.
All right, Squadron Dwarf,
Target AC -4. What do I enter?
11.
11.
And now roll the damage with 12 hits.
Look at all those green borders.
I know, right?
Is that because we got a single crit?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and let me just double check that. 97 minus 19. Yep. The zombie ranks up front are gone.
Yay.
Nice.
All right, but now it is the undead turn, and the undead, the skeletons are just going to stick around in their particular location, and they are going to do their own longbows. So go ahead and do a quick thing.
It's time to start focusing on the longbow squads.
I mean, I was going to, but it felt like we were forced to shoot the zombies for some reason. I wasn't able
The
to
zombies
choose.
were specifically tanking because of Ertz, not keeping. Eight? What? No. Ah, fuck. I got the.
81 hits.
No,
This
I
game
messed,
is broken.
I messed something up. I gotta adjust the macros. Or no, I gotta adjust the fucking health bars.
I like to imagine that. What was that from? It was like some Viking show where the guy walks out and 11 million arrows hit him in the face.
Okay, just
Heck,
a
you know what
moment.
I'm talking about?
What was that? It sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
Okay, so sorry about that. Just a moment. I gotta update these tokens.
They actually don't have a million skeletons per token. It's actually just 3.
20, but yeah. Anywho, so that's good then. And I just
Well, they
gotta,
shot that time. They shot 150. So
yeah, they're not actually doing that. That was a gaffe on my part. Okay, and now let's try this again, once more with feeling. Okay. Only 4 hits? Are you fucking kidding me?
good job, guys. You did
From
it.
81 to 4.
To be fair, those 4 hits were good. It was an 18, a 19, a 17, and a 19, and then just a lot of things below 10.
Yeah. Okay, they're aiming for Squadron Dwarf because that one's right in the middle. They're trying to soften up the middle of your lines.
You should use the reduced damage thing, dwarf.
I have linked.
Okay, go ahead and roll 3d10.
Shug, you roll 3d10. I seen that, yeah.
No, you can do it yourself, Zan.
Oh, I'm doing it for him?
What? I already
It's
did it.
fine.
No, he got it. I was hitting Squadron Dwarf.
Yeah, so it's fine.
My bad. Go.
Okay, so with that, York has done his shields up and managed to prevent most of the damage. They only took 4 damage.
6 damage.
Ah, true.
The guy with the bowl cut looks at the guy without the bowl cut is like, see?
Oh god. All right, so with that, next up is the Shadows, and the Shadows are going to use their special ability. One moment. The Shadows seem to VoIP through the air, and then they use a movement action in order to close the distance, so that they can start doing melee shit soon. The undead generals in the back appear to be discussing strategy.
We should run out of it in a straight line. No, we should go around them. It's a bridge, you idiot.
Okay, it is back to the allies. It is back to your guys' turns.
Okay, the zombies didn't go?
The zombies in the second rank appear to have not been given orders yet. These appear to be an extra sacrificial bunch of undead while the undead forces as a whole figure out their strategy.
Wait, so there's just one Shadow Division sitting up here for us to kill.
Yes, it is completely exposed.
Look, Earth's just crawling towards the crystal.
Kathleen is making sure that you don't while bandaging your 4th degree burns.
But why is everyone stopping this?
because Kethlin doesn't know what the hell it's going to do to the troops.
Okay. Promises to keep it to killing only things under level 1.
Kethlin says that you're going to be patient for a moment because if you don't get these injuries treated, you're going to lose all of your hair.
That's fine. He'll accept the sacrifice. Zan, back me up on this, Zan.
Your beard?
No, the killing everything part.
I mean, killing everything is important, but I don't think all these things are under level 2.
They're undead. They get like a -5 on that shit.
The Shadow Division almost certainly isn't under level 2. The zombies might be. We could try it.
Like Urge's theory is he's gonna turn the gain up until humans start dropping. Then he'll give it a minute or so and then turn it off.
Won't that just kill you since you're almost dead?
This conundrum had not occurred to Urt.
Okay, so command your squadron then.
Continue with your turn.
All right, so Squadron Bird, would you like to hit the completely exposed Shadow Division?
The completely exposed Shadow Division. I want to give him high fives. No, I want to actually shoot the skeletal squad.
Okay. Are you going to use any special abilities before we get into this? Because remember, you have all your CRT abilities.
Yeah, I'm gonna reread these. I want to use. We can only use one per character per round, right?
Yes.
So I can't do like 3 Yorks in a row.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't just do endless Yorks.
What do you guys think? Should I hit the skeletons or should I hit the Shadow Division that's closing in? Any thoughts?
I mean, I think let the shadows come in and focus the skeletons.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was feeling.
I
Let's.
want to focus on the archers since they're the ones who
Yeah.
can currently reach us.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna have Farn tune my equipment and get a +1 to attack on my soldiery dues.
Okay.
Okay, someone haul Farn up here.
All right. Farron, unfortunately, is a little bit unconscious, but she will try and do this.
Oh, right. She passed out from the thingy. So can I use her?
I will allow you to use her once.
Okay. Am I in range for firebolt on the skellies, or do I have to use longbow? I don't remember what the range is.
I believe Firebolt range is 90 feet, so yes, they are in range for Firebolt.
Firebolt! Wait, which just does more damage? Firebolt or longbow? Longbow does more damage, right?
Firebolt has more swing in its damage. So it could potentially deal higher damage, but it has a lower plus armor.
My instincts tell me you're not supposed to shoot arrows at skeletons.
I'm gonna do firebolts on skeletons.
Okay. Then in that case, go ahead and click the button, and when it says for AC, put in 9 because the skeletal squad has less armor than the zombies.
Okay. Does that include my +1 to hit?
Yep.
Okay,
And
14 hits.
Okay, roll the damage and put in 14.
14 hits for firebolt. 72 damage. That was less than the longbow. I feel cheated.
Okay. However, you have managed to take out about half of these fuckers. The skeletal squads have a lot less HP than the zombies.
Sweet. Good job, man.
Cool. Everyone else firebolting them too? Becky? Everyone just firebolting the skeletons?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So
Becky, would you like to use any of the squad abilities while you're attacking?
the squad abilities?
I just did the math. Longbows are 100% better for damage.
But they're skeletons.
I'm gonna use Toad is helping and add 5 attacks to the squadron.
Oh boy. Okay, Squadron Elf. 5. All right.
All right. Longbow. 11, right?
For the longbows against the skeletons, it's going to be 10.
9, I thought.
That's because you used Farron.
Everything's making sense now. Numbers. Everything's making sense now.
15.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage. 15.
See?
109.
See?
And the damage is halved. because they're skeletons.
I hate you. I hate you. This game sucks. Half? That's a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. That was Squadron Elves. Now it's up to Squadron Dwarf.
Squadron Dwarf, kill those skeletons.
I roll firebolt.
Okay. It is a total of 10 against them. Okay, 15 hits for Firebolt.
Fuck them up.
And the skeleton squad is dead.
Yeah, showed them.
High five.
All right. The Shadow Division uses its teleport ability to get just barely into range of Squadron Elf with a 5-foot step. And now it is going to lash out with a Shadowy Lash. And one moment.
And Ert can still use his action per round, so
Okay.
can make their AC increase or something.
6 hits. And yeah,
That's
they're melee.
6 hits?
Yeah.
So if Ert did the
Yeah.
+2 AC, does that help at all? No, it doesn't help at all. What else can you do? Reduce the damage I have to with York again, huh?
Yeah. Do you want to do a York?
Yeah, that's the best I can see here.
Okay.
You could also redirect it onto Arnold. Make Arnold tank it.
Do you want to make Arnold tank it?
How
Because-
much damage would Arnold take?
He would take halved damage. So this is 54 54 damage, so it'd be 27.
So is just going to sort of stagger over as like, you too, Arnold.
And Arnold dives into combat and ends up tanking a bunch of damage meant for the soldiers.
Oh, I thought I was just going to port him into the middle of them.
Nope. He is actually doing his job.
Yeah, Arnold's ready.
Or it's like, no, wait, I was going to unwillingly teleport you.
Meanwhile, Kethlin is just like,
You know-
and Ert, what have we learned today?
Shouldn't there be some sort of role for the unwilling people of your vortex warps?
Yes, they get con saves. Now then, it is ally turn once again. The only thing left in this particular wave is the Shadow Division. However, you could take pot shots at the next waves if you wanted.
I mean, considering how much damage those suckers are doing in melee, we gotta kind of have to kill them, hey?
Yeah, Shadow
gonna do
Division. Yeah.
I was gonna focus on Shadow Division because it's right in front of me with the fire bolts
Go for it.
and see what happens.
That works for me.
Yeah, hit
What
him.
is it for firebolt?
Okay,
10?
so
9?
for Firebolt, it is going to be 10. 11 hits,
11
roll the
hits.
damage.
43.
Okay, and it does a
Ooh.
little bit extra because they are indeed weak to fire. So that is going to be a total of 65. Okay.
Squadron
And-
Bird will make their battle cry and do the same thing.
Are you going to use any abilities? I will point out that nobody's used a Zero ability.
I don't want to attack out of -2.
Even if it deals double damage.
Correct.
It would be double damage plus an extra double damage if it's fire. If I remember
Yeah, but I
right.
just want to hit the sucker.
Your battle cry got cut off, by the way.
Oh. There. How many takes you need? How many takes you need, Leo?
Those last couple actually cut out too.
No way.
It's
Ka.
Okay, so here's the thing. Even if you don't want to use Zera, you can still use Toad.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Toad does have a second ability there. That
I
might be-
think I'm going to, because you rolled really low on your damage roll and you still did almost half on this sucker.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna use a modifier for my attack, but I think maybe, well, actually, Shaggy, you go first. You do your thing first. I have an idea, but you go first.
Okay, I'm just going to melee them.
Okay. Roll the hit. And it is again going to be 10. Okay, 11 hits.
One of them's a crit.
Mm.
See, 75, yeah.
There is exactly one of these motherfuckers left alive.
Okay, can I
Oh.
petition to have Arnold just wade back out there and kill him and wade back?
I will allow that because that's canonically something that Arnold could do. So
Say
Arnold,
he did it while he was tanking the hits. He killed one while he was tanking hits.
fair enough. All right, now Squadron Bird. Now
Everyone's
that
looking
there's
around. Why is there one left? And Arnold's like, oh, shit, this one.
Okay,
Squadron Bird was going to longbow the next Shadow Division.
okay, go
And
ahead
he's going
and
to use Toad's extra 5 attacks.
all right. So one moment, please. Okay, it is again going to be 10 on Shadow Division.
Caca!
It did not get cut off. All right, 15 hits. Roll it.
Caca!
Jesus Christ. Okay, so the next Shadow Division is whittled down to 3 members before they even got a turn. All right, now it is time for the enemies. The undead are frantically reordering their troops before they get sent out, and Zan hit them right in the middle of reordering.
We need a burning head spell, Shaggy, quick. Where's our
What
fire
do we
mage?
have?
Huh?
All right,
Or just has a pillowcase full of fireball runes.
I mean, might as well blow up the zombies, just saying.
Like he offered it to you, man.
yeah,
Oh,
and
With my dying breath,
oh
take
yeah,
this
I have
giant
them.
pile of destructive force and fuck shit up.
Can Zan start handing out fireball runes to his squadron?
Yes.
technically, yes.
Zan starts handing out fireball runes to his squadron.
I do not have a macro for it. It's just going to be a dexterity saving throw for these motherfuckers when they inevitably start having to face that. Which, by the way, they moved forward and the zombie ranks have set up shield walls to, in theory, protect the divisions behind them.
What's the radius on fireball?
Let me check that.
Is there a
Fireball.
radius on fireball?
20-foot
there's a
radius.
20-foot radius. Yeah, that's getting through that zombie horde, my friend.
That's only if you manage to detonate it in the right spot.
Well, even if I detonate it on the front of the zombies, it's still hitting the shadow boys, isn't it?
True, yes.
So at the very least, I'm hitting the front 4 divisions, and if I get it good, okay, this is gonna be fun. What happens when you fire 20 fireballs at once, huh?
That is an excellent question. Do you want to find out?
I would love to find out.
For every crit, I demand a piece of the bridge to go missing.
Fireballs can't crit because it's just a DC save.
Yeah, so for every crit failed dex save.
Good point.
So is it our turn again, or did the enemies finish?
Yeah.
It is your turn again, so.
Okay, how do we roll these fireballs that Zan's
Yeah.
about to hand out?
20 fireballs, please.
Fucking hell.
I'm sitting down at a restaurant, and open up my menu and like, sir, I'd like to order 20 fireballs, please.
Well, in that case, motherfucker, it is going to be equivalent to the firebolt or longbow attack.
Okay.
So that will determine how many of them actually land on target and how many just cause collateral damage.
You can miss with a fireball?
Yes, because these guys are literally just throwing the runes.
They're throwing the runes?
They were not instructed on how to actually make the fireball happen. Their best guess is to throw the fucking rune.
No way! They don't.
It's like there were 50 of them in those.
They know how to use firebolt. Fireball is the same thing, just a bigger
Yeah.
explosion.
Let's think of a better explanation here.
They are still very new to using this, and this is a hell of a lot more powerful than fireballs.
Let's just have it be like they're terrified of the fucking things.
I mean,
like,
yes.
Oh, shit.
So what's my input value?
Okay, the input value for this is going to be 12.
12, so it's harder to hit with. Okay. 14 hits anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make a lot of dex saving throws now. Just a moment.
Did I hit in the center of the formation?
Yes, you did, and oh god, this is gonna be bad for them.
On a failed dex save, they take half damage. Teehee?
Okay, so
14 fireballs. Teehee.
I'm not sure why I'm even doing this, considering that all of them are going to be annihilated anyway. So this is the Skeletal Squad number 1, Skeletal Squad number 2, Shadow Division number 1, number 2, and now the zombie ranks.
One zombie saves and one skeleton saves.
Okay, not that that fucking matters. So let's go ahead and do some fucking damage.
So how many d6 for one fireball?
Hold on, I'm gonna do it in a particular way. All right. So 14 hits on aiming the fucking fireballs, and they did not put up their fire resistance, which they probably should have done, but they didn't. So 14 and let's see, 15 each. I gotta do a little bit of multiplication, bear with me.
This is what you get for giving Shaggy level 9 right before the big army fight.
Look, bear in mind, Zan, that Urt was carrying around a pillowcase of these, and each one has like 10 casts.
Well, I mean, it's enough. Like these by themselves are enough to wipe out this army and just leave the generals left.
Yeah, I mean, I just want you to consider the fact you're looking at this guy as like, you've been carrying around enough explosives to kill all of us.
In my pillowcase.
In my pillowcase, yes. Oh, look, only 3,551 damage.
It's halved for the for one skeleton group and one zombie group. So
Yeah, I wonder if they survived. Oh, look, they fucking didn't.
Okay, so after that giant
Someone sounds
explosion
upsetty
happened,
spaghetti.
it feels like
We're
it's
just
time for
do-
the plot to move forward.
we're just using the resources you gave us, DM.
It is legitimately true, and all of the squadron are looking at their fireball runes, and they're just like, "What the fuck?"
Now do that again, but target the generals.
Like, I like to imagine one of them is waving it around and everyone else is ducking. Like, shit, no!
Okay, so Squadron Elf and Squadron Dwarf,
Oh.
you are now faced with the decision of what to do next, because we have the Dolhan Sub-Commander, the Mummy Minion, and the Crystalline Amalgam. What do you do?
Look, Urt is just dead set on going over to Katie and turning up the crystal gain and just,
They're dead already. That's not
oh
gonna do
shit,
anything.
that's it, really?
No, there are more forces coming in.
Oh.
Harry still says no because he could kill all of our soldiers in the process.
Well,
We have a giant hole in this bridge now.
yeah,
Yes, you do.
We're not trying to cross it. They're trying to cross it.
okay. Urt admits defeat. Let's rebuild the bridge.
Not yet. Kill them first.
Fine, kill
Oh,
them, then
God,
rebuild the bridge.
I have a really hilarious idea.
Hit us.
So, numbers,
Hi.
would I have to make a roll for Squadron Elf to just throw a shit ton of flasks of oil around the rim of that giant crater?
I mean, you could. What is your plan here?
A ton of oil right around
You remember
here.
that BP oil spill? Yeah, that.
Right
Okay,
around
good
there on the
question.
bridge. Because, if they fail their saves on a slippery surface, they'll fall into the hole.
Good question. Should we ask them if they're still coming?
Hey guys, you still want to fight?
Uh,
Zan calls out.
Zan is holding up a pillowcase. No one on the other side understands why Zan is holding up a pillowcase.
there seems to be an intense amount of discussion, but one of the spirits in armor, this guy right here, Namai, steps forward and he makes an obviously hostile gesture, like a throat-slitting one.
So, may I please just make that ground slippery and horrible for all those who try to jump over the hole?
Fair enough.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Good enough.
So, I will have that be your action. I will not even require a roll. Now it's up
He
to Squadron
promises
Dwarf.
So
he
it's the
promises our prized chef to get him more cooking oil.
hey,
Hi.
Lord General Zam,
Yes, that's me.
is the order to advance to the edge of the oil slick?
No, the order is to throw every fireball you have on Namai right now. Actually, we're
Okay,
just behind Namai to catch all of their leaders in a 20-foot radius of fireball.
okay.
Fireball does have a casting range of 150 feet.
That is what Squadron
Which
Dwarf.
we're in range.
Okay, so Squadron Dwarf, you do nothing but cast fireballs on Nimai and the upper ups back there.
Okay, do we have any bonuses we need to add to this?
They just have to roll dexterity saving throws.
I'm going to have you roll the firebolt attack, the firebolt attack. The AC after the modifiers is going to be 12.
62.
No, not the damage. Not the
Oh,
damage.
my bad. My
The
bad.
hits first.
5 hits.
Oh, that sucks.
That's terrible.
That's three net
Okay.
ones in there. There's 3 net ones in there.
So please
Like,
imagine.
what are they hitting?
Okay, so I want to give you a piece of information. The fact that you rolled so low is actually good. Because that means that you're not just hitting the undead upper ups who are all warded against fire, but you are doing splash damage to the sub commanders.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
I am going to roll their dexterity saving throws.
So that's it for our turn, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the crystalline amalgam has advantage on this saving throw.
I mean, if 14 hits did 3,500 damage, then 5 hits should do roughly a little more than 1,000 damage, like
No,
1,200 damage.
you aren't fighting a swarm this time around, bud.
Well, that was 3,500 damage to each target. Yeah.
No,
We were
it's
padding the meters
squad.
on the AoE fights.
Okay, so the crystalline amalgam gets a save against it. Dullahan subcommander 20 plus 4 saves against it, and the mummy minion does not like fire, but oh no, oh mummy minion, I'm
Oh.
never gonna even get to use you, am I? Okay, Ert, I want you to
One
go
just
ahead and
hits him right in the face. It's like, oh shit.
I would like you to roll me 16d6, Ert.
55.
And the mummy minion is vulnerable, so he takes 220 and immediately dies. Just blasted to ash immediately.
Sorry, no mummy curse for us.
No one even. Just like, why did you hit him? He was the smallest guy. You had to try to hit him. It's like, holy shit, have
Uh,
you seen these things?
all right. So, with that, it is now the enemy turn, and the enemies are calling in their reinforcements, and they appear to be enchanting them with anti fire magic.
That's okay.
All right. So, we have another rank of undead soldiers that are now on the map, and they are going to begin their advance, and they're going to be flanked by the Crystal Amalgam and the Dullahan Sub-Commander.
Can't wait to see them try to jump over that hole.
However, it is notable. No, they just got onto the map. I want to allow them to attack on their first turn. Okay, there are more coming in. It is clear that they are getting serious. They are sending all of their forces.
Okay. So this is bullshit, and let's figure out a way to end this.
You're going to have to go after the enemy commanders eventually, but you really don't want to have to go
Wait.
through an army of zombies to do it.
What about so did the commanders also take 55 damage or what?
No, they took 0. They were all completely warded against fire.
100% immune to fire.
Immune to fire.
Huh.
They're smart enough to enchant themselves against fire magic.
I didn't think that gave them an immunity. I thought that just gave the reduced damage. Okay. Today I learned.
There are multiple things that allow you to resist energy. And so there is protection, and I believe that there is also something else. I would have to look up the exact spell, but these guys are high level spellcasters, and they know your tactics by now.
Our
So
tactic is throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
they know your army's tactics by now, then.
Same thing.
Okay, so we've just established that we can blow the chaff to chaff.
Indeed.
So what we really need to do is just wipe out this current wave and go over there and kill everyone.
Indeed. But it is notable that they are casting anti fire spells on their foot soldiers as they're going forward. So the
That
fireball.
will not even be the slightest problem.
So you believe. Squadron Dwarf, what is your plan?
Okay. I'd like to hold a war council here as I'm down here, and Kathleen's massaging my beard or whatever.
Yes, Ert is actually up on his feet, and he is back to having 20 hit points.
Go me.
Kathleen I never want to put my hands on him again.
Ever again.
It's like, do you ever bathe? Yes, the last time was 3 months ago. It was a great shame. Anyway,
Anyway, indeed.
it's like Ert's big standpoint on this is bullshit. We should kill them all and leave. All agreed?
Well, that is the plan.
I'm down.
Terry, you down?
Harry none of them have any use to me, so by all means.
Okay, look, numbers.
Aye,
This crystal orb here.
yes.
We're
Yeah.
not gonna kill our entire army though.
No. It'll be moderate yield. Moderate.
No.
No, I can't just port the crystal orb order over and blow it up. No.
If
No.
it'll end up killing part of our army, no.
Okay, let's just push the edge of that oil there over like a bulldozer.
Like, you're going to mold Earth to just oil them all up.
Yep, just take that entire thing and move it forward so they're already in the oil.
You know what? Fair
Move
enough.
it through them, in fact. Oil the entire squad.
I am going to have Ert roll an Arcana.
Skill.
I have a dumb idea.
That's a nat 20, just saying.
Oh my god.
They're
Or it's like,
perfect.
guys, we're on a bridge. I'm just saying, a bridge. And the hole just gets bigger.
I have an idea.
Continue,
They're
please.
warding themselves against fire damage,
Hmm.
but they're not warding themselves against cold.
No. Or lightning.
Well, the Bahir can do lightning. I just think that with Ert's nat 20 on the mold earth, Zan, you got any ideas? My best one is just remove the bridge.
I mean, are the base troops like the skeletons and zombies and all them? Are they resistant to fire now, or is it still just the commanders?
It's they are trying to ward their troops against fire. However,
Have they succeeded yet?
that is the subject of another arcane check. And also, Ert, you have successfully spread oil over all of them. I am now going to make a bunch of dexterity saving throws. Ert,
Oh no, the one's right up against the hole. There's ones right up against the hole.
so Ert, here is something for you. They are trying to ward all of their troops against fire. They had to use a less powerful spell. By the way, the zombies have fallen on their faces. And the shadows are immune to being knocked prone, but the skeletons.
But what about those 4 ranks that are right there against the ridge of the crater?
The 4 ranks, what?
This
Are you
one
talking-
right here. They're right up against the edge of the crater.
Oh yeah, they're going to go on a slip and slidey thing in just a minute. So the skeletal squad, one of them stayed on their feet. The shadow divisions have no need to touch the material ground. So, Ert, as for your Arcana check, the spell that the commanders were using in order to ward all those troops, it has a limit to how much it can absorb.
Oh, well, that's sad.
For them.
Yeah, I mean, do we need to continue at this point?
Fireball.
Like literally, do we need to roll for any of the AoE ranks as the next fireball volley goes out?
Unfortunately, you will still have to deal with the sub commanders.
Yeah, yes, but let's kill all the AoE squads right now. Do we who needs to roll first?
Fireball volley.
Just fireball. Literally, it's like congratulations, we were at maximum guns.
Oh God. They were really, really hoping that you would just not notice that there weren't a limit to it. Okay.
Sorry, what were they doing by what arcana roll? A
Uh,
16 or the 27?
the 16.
God, they must feel like idiots.
They were not planning on you having a sack full of fucking fireballs.
I
Well,
mean,
no one wanted to use them for anything.
we were gonna throw them away, but we decided might as well just use them on the
I
undead
wanted to
hordes.
fade them to the Bahir and then explode them.
All right. So with that, I'm going to assume that after the mold earthing, Squadron Bird, Zan just orders every one of them to start using their fireball runes again, and the inevitable happens.
Yep.
Just deleted. The entire army combat completely invalidated. All right. So, as all this happens, I'm going to assume something, and Terry, you can go ahead and contradict me if you please. I assume that Squadron Elf holds their actions until the next wave of undead comes, and then just fucking deletes them.
Sure. But I would actually like to ask if he could do the vortex warp thing to put Potato in the front.
Yep, that's my plan for next turn.
Okay.
Next turn, we're going on offensive.
'Cause I was thinking we could put him right around here.
Yep.
Unless Potato can move himself there on his own for this turn.
But
Because that's just an intimidation tactic.
Potato can move up to, one moment, right here on his turn.
Even if he uses both of his actions, quote unquote.
Oh, if he uses both of his actions, he can go a hell of a lot further.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's just gonna move up to the front. It's just an intimidation tactic for the whole party.
Okay. Potato starts charging out. He looks like a happy dog.
Quick question. As he's charging out, Zan or Terry, do you grab on?
Zan's not gonna grab on quite yet. He's flying over and keeping an eye out on everything.
You gonna stay back here too, Terry?
Terry usually doesn't like getting in the middle of it, but he does have to get closer for any of his own spells to work. So that's what he's gonna have to do. He's gonna hang on to Potato and ride out with him.
Okay. Anyone else want to ride with Potato?
Bert does not have agency in this way.
Zan, do you?
You have 20 hit points.
Zan, do you want to ride out on Potato?
No, I'm gonna. Well, I mean, if Terry's gonna go, then
It
Zan's
means
gonna.
you don't use. If you ride Potato, it does not use up an action, I think.
Yeah, Zan'll pitch along just because, like, if Terry's gonna go, Zan wants to keep an eye on Terry.
Meanwhile, Squadron Shroom is keeping watch over things. It is time for us to get into the last segment of this. We are no longer in big wave battles, so let's go ahead and zoom the camera in for Leo.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
So, with that, we are going to go into a more traditional turn order. I'm going to have you guys roll initiative.
Alrighty. Click on Terry and not a random Boba.
Oh yeah, I'm on.
I fail. I am last. I am dead last.
I'm having a hard time clicking on my guy.
Ert 3 beat you. No, wait, it didn't. Sad.
I
No,
can't.
no, no. I nat
Okay.
1. My initiative is nothing. I am stuck on potatoes
I
all
don't see the
around.
initiative
Oh,
tracker.
I'm on flipping. Okay, that's why I can't. Hang on. Sorry, guys.
There it is.
Numbers, I nat 1. So
Yes, I noticed.
mm,
You are being
we'll just say
jounced
Look,
around by potato.
look.
There.
The worst you
yeah.
could do was better than could do.
I'm gonna say he probably got his ankle stuck in Potato's new collar or something.
Yes. Just imagining him just being dragged off like a blind man trying to hold on to a German Shepherd. Okay, so with that, we have all those. Now I need to roll for the wonderful people that you are up against. Also, by the way, Zan, I looked it up.
Mhm.
There is not a specific elemental resistance thing. They had to use anti-magic shell.
Aha.
So that was basically a dome that they put up to protect them from all magic. It
I
was
see.
very taxing. They could not keep it up long.
That's what she said.
It was made of something weak, like paper mache or
Okay, the
rags.
enemies move on initiative 9, and I will go ahead and roll Toad initiative for your allies. Because of course I will. Oh, shot.
Wow.
Yeah, he rolled an
No.
at one as
Wow.
well.
Just Terry and Toad are like, wait. Are we part of this?
Like father, like
Are we
son.
going?
Okay, so oh god, this is not going at all how I planned, but you know what? Somehow that's even better. Let's go ahead
Oh no, I
and
got it.
what's
Toad
up?
rolled the Toad's nat 1 is because he got worried because Terry getting dragged off was not up to code.
It's true. All right, so I forgot that Farron is unconscious and will not be participating on all this. Here, you go up front, Ert. If anyone's gonna die from this,
Mhm.
it should be you.
Huh.
Yes.
All
How
right,
kind.
all right, Zan. So it is your turn. I do want to note that you have the crystalline amalgam and the Dullahan's sub commander, both in range of, I think, a move action for you.
They're also both in range of my longbow,
It's true.
so I'm going to longbow their faces. Which one do we want to hit first? Let's hit the Dullahan sub commander.
What
Okay.
does your longbow do? Is it magic
Damn.
damage?
All of my attacks are magic damage because I've somehow convinced I push my spirit energy through them, and
Yes.
so it does magic damage on hit.
I was going to say to Zan, at least if you want to try, Terry's plan was to use heat and metal on the Dullahan, being an entire suit of living armor.
That sounds great to me. I don't have that option, so you could do it on your turn. But
I
I'm
just
just gonna shoot him with my
thought
bow.
maybe you might want to focus on the crystal guy, since Terry can focus on the other dude.
Okay, sure. I'll shoot the crystal guy.
Okay. Roll that attack.
Terry just points at the Dullahan. It's like dibs.
I 11 to hit, and it's probably a miss.
Yeah, it spangs off the crystalline amalgam's hide.
14, probably also a miss. What is my rolling so low?
I don't know, but it spangs off again.
What? I get a plus for the record. I get a +9 modifier, so all of these have been sub 5,
Yeah,
and
and all of
one
them just
more.
absolutely fail.
I've missed all 4 attacks. I rolled a 2, a 5, a 3, and a 3.
Zan is just looking at the giant crystal thing. Is like, okay, that was obviously the wrong approach.
This is uh, angry.
I'm gonna have to punch this, aren't I?
Oh boy.
Zan gets frustrated and then gets ready to move into melee range. Sighs a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So that's Zan's turn. It is now time for the enemies.
If you can call that a turn. Uh,
Oh, do you want to use your bonus action to do a flurry of blows against Terry's face?
no, maybe against the DM's face later, but
Okay, so the Dullahan sub-commander, feeling no fear, is going to charge in and attack with a battle axe.
So he's going right into the oil that you.
Yes, he is, and he is going to have to make a dex save against it. And he actually manages to keep his footing. I am
There's
going to
two
make.
sets.
2 sets?
There's the big box, and then the box you accidentally deleted from me that's supposed to
No,
be right in
no,
front.
that was mold earthed forward.
Oh, because he moved this box I just made forward.
Yes, that was
The
Earth
whole
doing that.
point was so that they would fall into the hole.
But then Ert didn't do teamwork.
But no, they're all greased. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Dullahan Sub-Commander is going to charge on
I
forward.
he just molded Earth's rocky terrain, not moved all my grease.
You know what? That is actually rocky terrain. Let me check its movement range. 30 feet.
It halves your movement speed.
Yeah, so it can't actually reach you with a charge attack. So it has to move twice in order to get into range of the Behir, and it appears to be holding up a shield.
Hey,
Meanwhile,
remember when the Behir had a held action?
oh god.
Just step on them.
No, he had the held action for the lightning breath.
Okay, so that's a dexterity save, DC 16, and let's see whether he succeeds on this one. He does not. The Behir Lightning does 12d10 damage.
48.
The Dullahan is not looking good.
I think it's sitting there with the posture of maybe I should rethink.
Maybe my life choices were incorrect. Meanwhile, the crystalline amalgam is going to do a couple of things. It is going to use an ability that grants itself a haste. It only lasts for 1 turn, but it does count, especially for doing a whole bunch of stuff like trying to avoid dexterity saving throw bullshit.
Okay, I want to establish we're playing by D&D rules here, right?
Yes,
You're gonna haste yourself, right?
yes.
Zan, you played Baldur's Gate 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the second it moves forward 1 foot, it's gonna lose haste, and the second it moves forward another square, it's gonna get grease.
No.
That's D&D rules, friend, not Baldur's Gate rules.
Ah, okay, continue.
However, it did not succeed the saving throw against the grease and face plants into it. It uses another action to get up, and then it has one final action where it has to make an acrobatics check in order to navigate the grease. And now it finally manages to navigate the grease and get just behind the Dullahan.
Like, I feel at this point Bubbles should run up and, offer them the chance to surrender.
Oh boy.
I mean, we asked them if they were done, and they were like, "Nah."
Yeah, well, she's not here.
With that, it is now time for Toad and the allies. So Toad is, considering the circumstances, not going to order everyone to attack because they might hit Terry, Zan, and Potato. However, he is going to order them to march forward, taking Ert along with them, so that when battle commences, they can all be there to help.
Only one action already. Everyone else is doing so well with damage. Do you guys mind if I do a little bit of trolling?
Go for it.
I mean, go for it. I missed all 4 of my attacks, so I don't know what you mean by that, but sure.
You guys do better damage wise than Terry
Okay,
does.
yeah.
Go for it.
Oh boy. And I presume that you're putting the Nathir's Mischief right on top of either the sub-commanders or the actual bosses.
The 2 sub commanders should work. I don't have the range. It's only 60 feet to get to the big bosses. But
Okay.
let's see. I get so it's gonna be a cube. A 20-foot cube. Both of them will be in it. I'll make it in a second. But we are going to get the effect. The smell of apple pie fills the air, and each creature in the cube must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by Terry until the start of my next turn.
The Dullahan apparently fails. And the crystalline amalgam, God, it does have magic resistance, so 2d20 key +1. completely ignores it.
Alrighty, and now I'm going to turn that into a bright red because shenanigan cubery. Now I move it down. There we go.
Okay, so that is the mischief
So
cube.
who's charmed?
Only the Dullahan.
Okay. That is Terry's only turn. He does mention to at least Zan what he just did.
All right.
So they're charmed. We shouldn't hit them unless we're going to
So,
kill
so
them.
Terry just points at the dual hand and yells, "Dibs!"
And the Dullahan is just a little thrown off by this because it's like, oh, he sees me as an equal rival.
Of course. Now then, Ert, it is your turn.
Okay, look, am I allowed to cast level 1 spells in any amount?
Pretty much at this point.
Okay, cool. Squadron Dwarf is going to enlarge Zan, Terry, and Potato.
You should
Enlarge
haste.
Zan, Terry, and Potato.
You should haste Zan. Zan really likes extra actions.
Okay, well,
It's okay. I'll take the enlarge. We'll do it.
I'll. Do I have my level 3s back, DM?
If you have been in contact with the crystals, especially during your rest time, then yes, you would.
Okay, Ert's going to blow his 2 level 3s on hasting Zan and Potato.
Okay, Zan and Potato are both hasted.
So we have haste and enlarged on everybody?
No, it's just haste.
Okay.
So haste. So I wanted my squadron to cast enlarge because that's a level 1 rune.
Oh God, Zan, do you want to be enlarged as well?
Sure. I'll be big.
So Potato, Terry, and Zan are all enlarged.
Do my shades get enlarged too?
Yep,
Yes.
obviously,
Perfect.
for modesty
Exactly what I
reasons.
was looking for. For modesty reasons.
People are not allowed to see Zan's eyes.
It's like, get them, guys. So that was my squadron. If you want to do anything with your squadrons, that's all you.
Are squadrons going?
Your squadron.
They're within support range, so they better be.
Yes, they are in support range. It's just that there's a Bahir between them and the things that they might want to stab.
What's the range on a longbow?
Well, they
100
have a
feet,
good
right?
they have a good range on the longbow. It's just that they would have to shoot through the Bahir and you in order to hit them.
No. You misunderstand. Have them target Namai with their longbows. Volley fire.
Oh boy.
I mean, yeah, because the Pier's about to run down into a crater.
Fair
I
enough.
mean,
You know
it's
what?
right there.
Okay, so go ahead, click on Squadron Bird and click Longbow Attack. The modified AC is 15. Namai is tanky as fuck.
Also, wouldn't it also just be a free action for Potato to lower his head so they actually have the space to, see?
I got 22 hits with the 15.
Wrong. You were clicked onto Zan while you did that.
Zan shot 22 arrows.
No, you shot 78 arrows.
Zan is just really fast. I got hasted, okay?
Click on Squadron Bird and then try again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the first number better. Can I do that first number?
No. Go ahead and roll me the damage for the 4 arrows.
Oh boy. 29. That's pretty good.
Okay, 29 damage to Namai. Now, Squadron Elf, do you want to follow suit?
Hmm.
Can I use York to get an extra 3d10?
Might as well.
You know what? Sure, go for it. Roll the 3d10 for York.
So longbow.
Mm-hmm.
What's the number for Namai?
15.
6 hits.
Damn. Okay. Roll the damage for 6 hits.
Sorry, Namai.
All right. So that was the allies. It is now time for Zan. Zan,
No hard feelings.
you are big. You are hasted.
Yep. I do big damages. I 5-foot step doesn't get me in range, does it?
Nope.
Oh wait, if I
but
do a
you-
diagonal 5-foot step, it puts me there. From here?
it
How
would
do
put you onto Terry's square, but you do have reach. So just
Yeah, once you're at this size, you do have reach. You can go over like an
Okay,
extra square,
then
even if it's an extra
then
square.
I'm hitting Delahan with my sword,
okay.
my special sword.
Your super special sword.
I'm going to swing.
Don't say the S word.
With enlarge. What do I get with enlarge? By the way.
I believe you just get an extra like D6 on your damage.
Okay.
Let me just double check that real quick. 1d4 extra damage. So,
Okay. Do I need to roll that?
yep, go ahead and roll that.
Big
Okay,
number.
so 13 damage.
The whole
That's
one.
my first swing.
All right, and he is no longer charmed.
Yeah, he's almost dead though, so he's gonna die this turn unless I miss all 4 strikes again. Haha, that won't happen, right, guys? Right, guys? 22 to hit.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll the d4.
How's he looking?
Okay. He's looking pretty ragged.
Okay, again. Once more. Actually, we're gonna use my bonus action, flurry blows, and do 2 unarmed strikes against him. And that one.
Wow.
Miss. Yeah. And another miss. Okay, unarmed strikes, not doing it for me. Got it. That was my bonus
Yeah,
action.
Okay.
And I still have 2 regular actions left. That's a miss.
Mm-hmm.
My rolls suck, guys. They're not 20. There we go. That's what
There
we're
we
looking for,
go.
ladies and gentlemen. We're back
Okay,
in it.
and roll that d4.
Roll that. Oh, yeah. And this gets double too, right?
Yep.
So that's
17
damage.
for a total of 34 damage.
Yeah.
That brings him down.
We killed him. Great. I'll swap to my longbow for my last action and just shoot the amalgam twice, even though I know it's gonna ricochet.
That
Because
didn't work. It did not work.
I just like I don't have another. I have one action. I can either move up next to him or I can just shoot him. You
Just
know?
Go
don't
ahead
carry
and-
at him.
You cannot take a move action and a 5-foot step on the same turn.
Yeah.
So you have to use the longbow if you want to hit the
Okay.
crystalline amalgam.
Let's see it. Come on. Does it
Yeah,
bounce off
so-
again?
We're about to find out. 20 to
It
hit.
does not bounce off him again. That's the damage.
Oh, right. Slash R1d4. So my second one bounced off, but I did 10 damage with the first one.
Yay! Okay. So that's it for the crystal. For that, now it is enemy turn, and the crystalline amalgam. It is going to activate Berserk. So 1 moment. It does not have haste anymore. All right. Okay, so it is going Berserk. It has advantage on its attacks, and it is going to go absolutely goddamn nuts. It is going to take a 5-foot step. And let's see, does that actually put... Yes, Terry is in range. And so Terry is going to get
Watch out,
slapped.
guys.
Yeah, Terry and and Potato are both going to get slapped by this.
Slap.
20, keep highest 1 plus 8.
Gigas has gone insane.
It's true. 26, that hits both Terry and the Potato, and it uses its second action to do it again. That one is...
I
Yeah.
think that's a fail.
Yeah, it definitely didn't hit Potato.
Let's see. My armor class is 17.
Okay, so you only took 1 slap. 10 plus 5. And make a con save. Here makes a con save of nat 20. It doesn't give a shit.
20.
You also do not give a shit, but you still did take the 18 damage.
Alright.
Okay,
Minus 18. Alright.
all right. So there appears to be something of a schism among the undead. Dorlock Shadowcaller has apparently vanished. Soul Weaver Lorem is not having this. Nimai is charging forwards into the grease, and let's see how well he does at the grease.
Namai is just
He eats
Dedicated.
shit immediately.
Trips and falls.
Wow,
Yes.
that must send a real message.
Yeah, Namai eats shit immediately and then just like slides 10 more feet. Sapphire Scale here is just watching, and Arstep, the unfortunately named, is stepping forward and he is preparing to do some magical bullshit. So, give me just a
Oh.
moment. It is noteworthy. Ert would be able to tell this. They had to drop the anti-magic shell in order for Arstep to do what he's doing.
Okay.
One has decided to just dip because they realize it's not a fight worth fighting. The other one's
Mm.
getting ready to dip.
Look, if I'm gonna be honest, Ert's mind right now is like, I bet I could have my whole squadron use catapult on Namai. That is exactly what is thinking about. He's thinking like, can I use that guy to shoot at one of the other guys?
Okay, so Arstep, the unfortunately named, is going to use one of his actions to cast a special spell by the name of Cloud Kill. 20-foot radius sphere, and he's going to cast it right in the middle of Squadron Dwarf.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there, that creature must make a Constitution saving throw or take 5d8 poison damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful one.
So how do we roll that for so many characters?
Well, it's going to be one con save per squadron, and this is going to be bad because you guys, you have your own blasters, they have their own blasters. So let's go ahead and
Can we use York?
Yes, we can use York, but one moment.
Reduces incoming damage by 3d10.
Shields up indeed, but in just a mo, I have to get a token for this because there is a. No, that's not transparent. There we go. So Arstep is being an arsehole.
I don't think he's unfortunately named at all.
Okay. I have something that I'd like to suggest.
What's that?
So, you know how Toad has abilities, Zan and Terry?
Mhm.
Yeah, wait, is Cloud Kill a poison?
Yes.
Oh, I think Toad is fine because he's a mushroom.
Yes.
Canonically, yes, Toad is fine. Everyone else might have a bad time, though.
Okay. So, if you'll allow this, DM,
Oh, I have an idea too.
I feel like this is the exact point where Toad should blow his little whistle, summon Dave, and say, "Get them out of here."
No, Toad just summons Dave because then our step is like, oh shit, and starts trying to cancel his spell.
No, I think the spell is cast, but the point is, it's like just take all the squadron and go hang out with Dave.
Okay, so one moment, please. I'm going to get Dave's token because Dave deserves his token. Oh boy, come out here, Dave.
Dave!
In just a moment.
I mean, Zan, do you approve of this general mindset?
Yeah, getting Dave out here, sure.
Well, my whole theory is, Dave comes out, grabs all the low level non AoE protected characters, and just
Dips.
fucks off.
Can I just
mean-
say that I love the premise behind Dave only because I've watched the Penguins of the Madagascar film. And their main villain was an octopus named Dave that they could not remember.
I need to watch those.
You do. Penguins of Madagascar is a treat.
Okay, so
I'm not saying it's good, but it's a treat.
Yeah, I understand the distinction.
Okay,
Continue.
you dipshits. Dave appears at Toad's call, and Dave says, "Oh boy, you're gonna owe me for this one, guys."
Toad just, okay.
And so Dave is going to evacuate all of the squadrons, and he's going to give a cheery wave and fuck off. And then our step just screeches into the distance, "Dave! We're no longer square! You owe me a drink!"
Okay, so what do the rest of us roll?
Why do I imagine a pina colada just pops up in our step's hand now?
Yes, it absolutely does. Okay, so with that, That is that. Now, Zan and Terry specifically, I want you two to roll me perception checks.
Perception.
Perceptions. Alrighty. Boop. 22.
You want to do the passive roll first, Zan?
This beats my passive. My passive's 19.
Ah, good point.
Okay, so Zan, you think you hear something moving through the air to the sides of the bridge,
To the which side of the bridge? South side?
up north of the bridge.
North side of the bridge. I
Yes,
hear something.
yes.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Um,
It's not my turn.
it is now Toad's turn. Toad,
Oh.
Well, Toad just used his turn.
uh,
No,
Toad,
Toad used
Yeah, I
one of those
called.
activated
Yeah,
actions.
yes.
my bad.
So Toad starts his turn in the poison. He is not affected by the poison. However, he is going to grab Kethlin and Pep, and he's going to drag them out of the poison. And that's going to be Toad's turn.
It is not OSHA.
Exactly. So it is notable that the cloud damages you when you start your turn inside of it. Speaking of which, Terry, you are not inside the poison. You are just barely not inside of the poison.
Yes.
Zan seems to be tilting his head and listening for something off the north side of the bridge. And Terry can hear something very faint.
Hmm.
What do you do?
That's off the north side?
Yep, off the north side.
Hmm. Well, he's gonna give an assist to Potato, but on the north side, do I have? Hmm.
It is notable that you probably cannot ignore the crystalline amalgam. It slapped you pretty hard.
True, true. Well, my idea is if I had something like either gross or annoying, I could throw it out in a big cloud over the north face of the
Terry,
bridge.
here's a question. Do you remember Ertz, alchemy jug of mayonnaise?
Which is grease. It's just grease.
Ah, yes. And how that can become a geyser?
Would you like to make a fountain geyser of mayonnaise?
Over the north side like a water fountain.
Would you like to?
Let's do it.
Okay, now I'm going to warn you. This is going to be a pretty tricky check to actually nail him, even by accident. So, I will say right now, if you want to use bardic inspiration on yourself, now is the time to say it.
Yeah, let's do it. I get a
Okay,
D10.
roll me a ranged attack. If you have a ranged attack on your sheet, just roll it.
Oh, let's see here. Force stats. Nope, that'd be weapons. I do not have a ranged attack. That's just my dex, right?
Basically, it's your dex plus your proficiency.
Okay, so I get 7. 25.
Oh,
And then my bardic
God.
inspiration is a 1d10.
Yep.
29.
You spray mayonnaise all over Dorlock Shadowcaller as he is just about out of range. It seems that he was moving to flank you guys, going for either your reserve forces, the orb, or Tina. You're not sure.
And now he's doing that same thing, just covered in mayonnaise.
Exactly.
He's not having a good time.
Or just gonna take his lantern of see invisibility and just sort of put it down.
Yeah, you could have also done that, but you did have the mayonnaise, and you got use out of the mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise finally saved the day.
Indeed.
Yay! Okay,
So,
so he has
Terry's
been
second
lightly
action is that
tagged.
he's going to be assisting Potato because I have a plan for Potato.
Okay.
But can I use, like, maybe, I don't know, some kind of free action to get Potato to wag his tail and push the other 3 out of the cloud?
I will allow that.
Which is right around here. Oh, look at that. Don't move.
I'm going to
I didn't
say
move.
roll an animal
It's
handling.
somewhere around here.
Roll an animal handling.
Okay. Skills, animal handling. 22.
Okay. All three of them are moved. Ert is not, for some reason.
Yay.
Well, well, dwarves also have a resistance to
I'm a
poison.
dwarf. Poison is good for you.
This is why no one can eat dwarven cuisine, is because they have to take all the poison out when they cook, so everything feels bland.
Thallium is good for you. It helps build nice, strong, heavy metal bones.
Oh my god.
What's a little uranium for your salad? Come on.
You don't put lead in your salt? Doesn't that make it, salty?
Okay, Ert, it's your turn. You're starting in the fart cloud. Roll a con save with advantage.
Oh, I don't get full immunity? That sucks.
Nope, you're just resistant to poison.
Can I write my dwarf senator?
No. Well, yes, but only if you live.
I think I'm good.
Okay, so you take half damage. 5d8 over 2. You take 12
Bert
damage.
has 8 HP.
Yes. So thank Kethlin for actively keeping you alive.
Yes, that is a very good thing. Okay. What are you ruling for my spells at this point?
What am I ruling for your spells?
Yeah, what's been used for my personal spells?
I'd say 2 casts of haste. And I don't think that you had anything else.
Okay, I didn't use anything else in this context.
Nope.
Zan, you want to go fuck him up?
Yeah, I do.
Up there, the mayonnaise guy?
Well, now that you've called him
Why?
that, I don't think I want to mess with him anymore.
Or just sitting there with his hand out, the vortex
Just to
warp
let you
spell in it.
guys know, Terry's plan is to have Potato here, just swallow the crystalline amalgam whole.
Ert sees
He's big enough
several
now?
ways that could go very, very poorly, and he is excited to see which one it is.
I'm okay with that, and I'm also okay with getting
Oh,
teleported.
sorry, it has to be grappled first. So it has to be grappled first. So I have to do constrict first.
Don't worry.
I'm okay with you doing that. I'm also okay with getting ported to Mayonnaise Man. Though I
Okay.
am a little concerned for my own safety.
If
Okay.
he gets hurt from the inside, and doesn't does not fail his constitution, he will not throw up whoever he just ate.
Look, I want to point out that Ert hasn't ever seen a horse before coming to this continent.
All right. So
Continue.
Zan, if you are getting vortex warped, I will ask you this. Do you want to elbow drop Dorlock as you are being ported?
Now, describe your move as you get ported. That's the best way to put it.
Instead of elbow dropping, I wanna port above him, and I'm just gonna eagle's perch, open talons to perch on a tree
You're not
or whatever.
You're not gonna
Roll
elbow
the
drop him.
grapple.
You're not gonna give him the people's elbow.
I'm not gonna give him the people's elbow. I'm gonna give him the people's talons.
Roll the grapple and grab him by the eye sockets.
I wanna land on top of his head and dig in my talons into his head as I land.
Okay, then go ahead and roll me an unarmed attack.
Unarmed attack. 24 to hit.
That is a hit.
This is what happens when you pause to wipe the mayonnaise from your eyes.
Okay, 9 damage. And Dorlock screeches in rage and promises your painful, agonizing death.
Hey, remember me, asshole?
I do, and I will kill you and your family and all your comrades.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Meanwhile, Ert, do you have a second action? And would you like to use that second action to get out of the deadly poison fart cloud?
Ert's gonna run over to the edge and throw up. Can I get my 8 HP back?
No.
Damn it. Okay. That's it. That's Ert's turn.
Okay, ally turn. So, first of all, the Behir. The Behir is technically inside the poison cloud, so I'm going to roll for it.
Its tail gets poisoned.
No.
Okay, the Behir does take some damage.
Not
Thankfully,
Okay,
Behir,
it has a massive HP pool.
not the gun drop buttons.
Behir has a 170 HP, so go ahead and roll that 5d8, I believe. Okay, so 15 damage to Potato. And now, Bahir Tato is going to go ahead and roll an attack, a constricting attack on this.
That's,
Go ahead.
sorry, I have that sheet up too. That's a +10.
Yep. And he gets advantage because Terry is assisting him. So, yes, that is indeed a hit. Okay.
And then the damage is 2d10 plus 6. Oh,
Twice.
and
Twice.
2d10 bludgeoning.
Yeah. So it is going to be 4d10 plus 12.
40-10? That's like 410, right?
No. Go ahead and roll 4d10.
R 4d10 plus
No,
12.
4010, 4010.
No.
Yeah,
44.
44.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. And I'm going to say that the Behir scoots forward for this. And let's see. Target is
Glum.
grappled. All right. So it is automatically grappled. It doesn't even get a save.
Cool.
This thing was fucking horrifying. You stun locked it, and that was the best possible option.
I feel like we stun lock most things you throw at us.
Well, yes.
Oh, I
because
forgot. I can move this. I can move the cube. I'm going to move it just
Indeed.
a little. I'm just going to move the cube a little bit further back.
So that the Behir itself doesn't get caught in it.
So, you know how in World of Warcraft and other MMOs, every single boss is immune to all status effects?
This is why.
This is why.
Also, I do want to point out, considering that considering that Terry's turn did start, the Crystal and Amalgam has to make another saving throw against another effect. So roll a d4.
Drops of molasses appear and hover in the cube. Difficult terrain until the start of your next turn. So I did move the cube on my turn. So
All right.
things were difficult terrain, but not anymore. But it is now both slippery and difficult for Namai.
Namai
Namai
hates
is
everything.
He's just miserable. He's greased. He's molasses.
Okay, so in the meantime, Pep, Toad, and Kethlin, or rather Pep and Kethlin, they are going to start doing some things. Pep is going to rush out toward Tina and direct Tina under the bridge, so that Tina gets the hell away from Dorlock Shadowcaller. Tina goes under the bridge, and Kethlin is going to take up a defensive stance next to the orb, and Kethlin is also going to cast a spell. Just a moment.
Her own more powerful cube.
I'm thinking that she might actually do that, yeah.
After all, Terry learned it from her.
Indeed. So let me see what the range on this would be. Can she still? Yes, she can. She can put the cube directly on Dorlock, which means that I now have to roll a 1d6 and put the spell in for just a moment. Give me a minute. Spellbook. That's the spell. Okay. Charmed, unless he succeeds a wisdom saving throw. And it is a lich, and liches have decent saving throw +9?
Wow.
Yeah, liches are no fucking joke. Jesus Christ.
Well, wait, doesn't he currently have talons in his head?
Unfortunately, that is not going to change his saving throw on this one. In fact, being charmed might be a disadvantage to you.
Damn.
Okay, but in any case, I'm going to go ahead and put the cube there. Just a moment.
Copy and paste my red cube.
No. Here. I put it there, and then I will move it there so that Zan is not inside of it. Okay, speaking of Zan,
That's me.
it is time for you to do your due.
I'm going to beat the crap out of Mr. Dorlock.
Please go ahead.
All right, I'm using
All things suddenly smell like apple pie.
like Zan just inhales deeply and hits him with a sword. 22 to hit.
22 is indeed a hit. Remember your d4s.
Yes, but also, guess what I'm going to say?
Stunning strike.
Stunning strike, DC 18. Constitution saving throw.
18? Seriously?
I think so. Did I? 8 plus 18. Wait. 17. 17. He got a nat 20. He's a +10 to con saves?
Yup. Liches are no fucking joke.
What a jerk. All right.
All right.
Hit
Keep going.
hit him with my sword again.
Plus a d4.
Do I even bother with stunning strike at this point if he's got that much of a con save?
You could always crit fish.
And what else are you going to use your key for?
I can use it to increase the amount of damage I deal. I can use it for flurry of blows. I can use it for a few things.
So, up to you.
I'm going to save it for now. And I'm just going to keep hitting him with my sword because that's what's working right now.
Okay.
I say that and I get a nat 1 immediately. Good.
Yep.
Okay, 29.
Okay, that's hit.
I'm rolling really great on these d4s as well. This is great.
It's
Okay.
excellent.
That was my 4th sword attack. Is that correct? No, that was my 3rd.
Yes.
3rd.
That was the 4th.
4th? That was my 4th. Okay.
Yeah.
I get 2 more because I'm hasted. Does that hit?
That is a hit, yes.
Okay.
9
and
more.
last sword strike, and then I get my bonus action flurry of blows.
Okay.
And it's like being a giant is not helping right now.
Bonus action flurry of blows. Woo! 18 hit?
18 just barely hits, yes.
Great. And then the last hit going in. 14 does not hit.
It does not.
Do I have a have I been inspired?
Ertl inspire you.
Terry?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Sure, she says. Well, that's now a 24 to hit.
Yes, that hits for 11 damage.
Plus a d4. 15 damage.
Max damage.
Booyah, baby.
Okay.
So that was a good amount of damage. How's he looking?
He is looking pissed as hell, but also pretty ragged.
Great. Zan then flips him the middle finger.
Okay, next up is enemy turn. And first things first, Dorlock is absolutely fucking done with this shit. He is going to try and kill Zan any way he can. So,
Okay.
Zan, what's your AC?
Pretty dang high. Let's see here. 20 plus 2, and that without my reaction, it's 22 currently. With my reaction shield, it's now 27.
Okay. And then he's going to do something special on his second action. He's going to cast. Go ahead.
What did he just try to hit me with?
He tried to hit you with a paralyzing touch.
Oh, wow. Direct.
Oh, and he has legendary actions too. Holy shit. Okay. He is going to cast Power Word Stun.
On me?
There is no saving throw.
There is no saving throw.
There is no saving throw. If you have less than 150 health, you are stunned.
I am stunned.
And now he is going to try Paralyzing Touch again as a legendary action with advantage. And that hits even through your shield.
Correct.
You're going to take some damage and make a Constitution saving throw. DC 18.
I fail.
Okay, so you are now not only stunned, you are also paralyzed.
Okay.
And you are paralyzed for a full minute.
So I'm just out of the rest of the fight.
Which means he's going in the water and someone has to save him.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, I'm out of the fight.
But that's okay, because if we're still using the abilities at any time, we can have Keflin do that with emergency triage.
Yeah, so Dorlock just did that. Let's see. All right, and that's all that he can do for his turn. So Zan, you are rapidly falling into the water.
I can't do anything.
Yes, you are going to get con saves on your turn, though.
I have to beat an 18.
Yes.
Yeah.
And next up, we have Arstep the Unfortunately Named, who is very fortunately named, as it turns out. And let me check something.
Wait a minute, what about Keflin's thing? Because they said it can be activated at any time.
Just give me a mo on that, please.
Okay.
All right, so The Cloud Kill description says that it moves 10 feet away from the caster every turn. It doesn't actually have any bullshit that says you can direct it, which is interesting. All right, so it just doop doop. And let's see, what else does he have?
Toad just, ooh, the nice smell is back.
It's true. All right, so Arstep is going to try something. Okay, so Urt, you are extremely fortunate because you are not the subject of Arstep's ire right now. You actually ran to the exact right place to avoid all this horse shit.
No good.
Arstep is going to cast Fireball because that's the only thing that he has that will hit everyone in range. Terry, make a dexterity save.
Hey, quick
So-
question before we go any farther.
What's up?
What happened to the barbarian fire ring? Or did the
Barbarian.
barbarian have fire potion?
The Barbarian's fire potions, those were all drank by Wasty.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
all.
did not.
Continue.
I did not pass that.
Okay.
The amalgam cannot make a save because he's being constricted.
True, he is going to take a bunch of damage. So Arnold saves.
But
Arnold.
I think I can get out of this. As a bonus action, I can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space.
Okay, but you are going to have to choose carefully. The epicenter of the fireball is right here. It only goes 15 feet out because of this bullshit.
That's fine. Because Terry's going to make an intimidating power move.
He's
We
going to
don't actually
teleport towards. Okay.
I have a plan. It is a dumb plan, but it's a plan.
Okay.
And I don't
So-
think they're expecting the 20-foot bard to teleport forward.
Indeed not. Meanwhile, Zara is going to go ahead and make her saving throw. And then Potato has to make his. Unfortunately, he's doing it at a -4. How did Potato and Zara be the only ones who succeeded in that save?
Wow.
Okay.
And then could we? You
So-
guys want to use York?
York is going to use his on. You know what? He's going to try and protect Arnold.
Because Arnold probably. Yeah, Arnold needs it.
Okay, so Arnold gets 20 health back. Zara only takes half. So that is 13. All right. Potato takes 13. And the crystalline amalgam does not get a saving throw. It takes the full 27. And let me check the crystalline amalgam. Still alive, but not by much. Speaking of the crystalline amalgam, it is going to try and escape the grapple. It is probably not going to. It might.
DC 16.
And
Because
it just
barely
failed.
no.
It's going to try again. And it succeeded on that one, but its turn is over. All right. Meanwhile, the Dolhan sub-commander is just unexisted completely. All right. So, with that was the crystalline amalgam. Arstep did his turn. Dorlock did his turn. Sapphire Scale is still just hanging around. Soul Weaver Lorem just completely fucked off. Just no.
He's smarter than this.
Yep. And then Kethlin. So I'm going to have Kethlin use her ability to drag Zan out of the water with the help of Waffle. Zan is still paralyzed, but he is now on shore and not in danger of drowning.
Okay.
You mumble just a little thank you, I'm assuming.
I like to imagine Zan just grabs him by the skull and just absolutely destroys him with the sword. And the guy's like, hey, you're touching me. Paralyze. Bye.
That is how liches do.
That's not your purse! I don't know you!
Why do I keep closing the little initiative window? Anyhow, so next
You're a
up,
dweeb.
next up is Toad, and Toad is immune to poison. Toad sees Dorlock and assumes that Dorlock is the biggest threat to everyone right now. See what Toad has.
Didn't I think I did? No, I don't. I know I didn't. I don't think we gave Toad magic missile.
No, we did not give Toad Magic Missile. And unfortunately, Toad does not have all that many offensive options. He mostly just has Eldritch Blast. Let me see if there's anything more interesting. You know what? Toad is going to try and bluff the Lich.
Oh?
You know what he's going to do? He's going to cast Silent Image.
Mm.
And Toad is going to cast a Silent Image of fucking Zan.
Why is Toad fucking Zan?
No.
So what? From the Lich's perspective,
From the Lich's perspective, Zan is suddenly in the air again, right in front of him, still holding the goddamn sword. And here's the fun thing about...
And still flipping him off.
Yeah, still flipping him off. The fun thing about Silent Image, you don't get an initial saving throw against it. You only get the save if you interact with it.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So Toad does that, and then he's going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Okay. Spellbook. Eldritch Blast. Does 2d10. Blam. And he just barely misses.
Aw.
Sorry, Dad.
Okay, I still love you, son.
All right. It is Terry time.
It is Terry time. So, the cube moves another 10 feet because it can only move 10 feet at a time.
Oh, I forgot Namai.
Namai is
No.
still in the cube. Go ahead, let Namai do his thing.
Let's see if he gets decent athletics. Oh, no, he did not. So Namai's movement
more.
speed is 5 feet as an action. And he slowly, tortuously moves 10 feet and ends his turn. He's apparently just ignoring Terry, which is weird.
It's a little weird, but the cube is slowly getting closer to these two. I wonder what they think of this cube. I am gonna roll this on our step, I think. Yeah. Let me make sure if I'm in range for that, because if not, I'll move it closer. Nope, I'm in range.
Okay, Arstep is not nearly as badass as fucking Dorlock up there. So let's see what Arstep gets on his wisdom saving throw. He fails by 1. And he takes 8 damage and is forced to flee.
Oh, all right. It's already rolled up there. Never mind. Ignore my 5.
Yes. And he is forced to use his reaction to flee directly away from you. And he flees up to the edge of the bridge. And let me check something real quick. So that is Cloud Kill, range of 120 feet. How far is that away from him now? Oh, it's more than 120 feet away from him. The fart cloud disappears.
Ah.
Okay, so Arstep is all the way on the butt end of the map. Do you have a second action, Terry?
Let's see. Nobody's in the cube, so I don't have to roll it right now.
Correct.
I think my next spell, because right now all he's doing is intimidating these bosses. Let's use. Oh no, I have to for that one.
Do you have anything that lifts paralysis?
I don't think I do.
It was worth an ask at least.
Let me see. Oh wait, I have lesser restoration.
Was that
But it's
remove
touch.
paralysis?
Yes, but it's touch.
I can't exactly
So
move to you.
I could
Terry
technically
can move to him.
I could prepare a spell.
Yeah.
I could prepare a spell, or it can run over to Zan and teleport him over, maybe.
yeah, I think that
Teleport Zan over.
That would work.
That.
Yeah,
Damn, look at the range there.
Yeah, you can teleport anyone within your range. So, you could use that in order to teleport Zan directly onto Terry, and Terry could slap Lesser Restoration onto him.
Okay, so this is the last of my level 2 spells. So I will spend one of my level 2s to port Zan to Terry, and Terry will
Slap Zan healthy.
Yes. Because it is
Very easy spell. I touch you, and you are no longer paralyzed.
Huzzah!
Zan does unfortunately not get unstunned, so you will have to make a con save. But I suspect that Terry can just give him an inspiration.
True. And then I believe that is the end of my turn because I'm not hasted. Yeah. And Ert still gets at least one more action.
Indeed. What is your next action, Ert?
Okay, so we have that guy being scared by the image. Is he doing anything, by the way? Dorlock?
Dorlock appears to be gearing up for another round of absolute slugfesting. He is ignoring everything but the Zan in front of him.
Okay, 1 second, please. Want to make sure I have the right spell in mind. No, I don't. Ert's just gonna fucking shoot the fucker.
Okay.
Where's Canny?
Canny must be summoned. One moment.
Ert summons Canny, and Canny shoots him.
Okay. That is a bonus action. You still have a standard action.
Summoning Canny? Canny is a bonus?
Summoning and using Canny as a bonus.
The attack counts as a bonus.
Oh, that's nice. So let's do Canny
By
quick.
all logic, you should have had Canny out beforehand, so I'm just giving you that.
Okay, so that's Canny's attack on Dorlac.
Okay. That is a hit. And Jesus Christ, Canny, you rolled well on that damage. All right. And you still have one standard, I believe. Do you want just command Canny to shoot again?
Can I throw Canny?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so who here actually looked at Artificer level 9 abilities?
None of us because we're not artificers. Haha.
I did, but only superficially.
5 seconds, please.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippis, 3 Mississippis, 4 Mississippis, 5 Mississippis.
Got it.
Explosive cannon. You're sending Canny on a suicide run. All right.
Okay, before I do this, I want to point out 3d8 is already what he does.
Yes,
So this accomplishes nothing.
correct.
Aside from getting around his pretty goddamn high AC, but you've been
Oh,
rolling-
yeah, good point. Go!
Yeah.
Canny, I choose you! And that's it.
And he rolls a nat 20 on the saving throw, which means that Canny doesn't even explode. Canny just gets yeeted into the water.
That's half as much damage at least.
No, nat 20. Nat 20 makes you take no damage in my personal homebrew.
Oh, boo.
Now,
Here's something that hasn't come up all game yet. Remember Squadron Shroom?
yes.
Yes.
No.
Remember how they're here and they're supposed to help you?
And they haven't done anything the entire game? Yes.
And remember how Zan just got out of range of fucking Dorlock?
Oh, fireball?
No, they're not even going to fireball. They're just going to do a whole bunch. You know what?
Longbow.
Here's the question. Do you want this to end with an absolutely massive explosion?
Is the answer to that question ever no? Because it should always be yes.
Yeah. I mean, Ert just tried and he failed badly.
Okay. I'm just going to roll to you know what? I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to have Dorlock roll 20 dexterity saving throws. Look at that. He doesn't seem to have done super great on these.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saves. The rest are fails.
Oh, God.
Assuming the DC is less than 15, that is.
Yeah, so 5 saves, the rest are fails. So that means, let's see, I got to do a quick amount of math. Okay, so that should be about. Dorlock ceases to exist. There's an incredible blast of fire, and Ert is knocked on his face.
I want to point out that there's a large section of coastline up at the north of this lake that is on fire right now.
Yes. And meanwhile, the Zan image just sits there, hanging in the air,
Middle
flipping
finger.
off the atomized space where Dorlock used to be.
Just like I would do if I was there. Perfect.
But Zan are there.
Uh-huh. Zan
So,
are there.
and with that, the only two left are Nimai and the Crystalline Amalgam, and the Crystalline Amalgam is not long for this world because Potato is hasted.
What about Draco Lich guy?
Am I unstunned from the fact that there's no more concentration on power word stun?
Yes, you are.
Beautiful.
Okay, so with that, the Crystalline Amalgam, I've been rolling too high for Potato this entire time. No, Potato, that was not an invitation to start flubbing all of your rolls. Potato completely fails to actually attack the Crystalline Amalgam. But you do have other friends. And York, Arnold, and Zera charge on in, and they're getting flanking with Zan now.
You said that the amalgam's no longer constricted?
Yes. It is no longer constricted, and Potato should have been rolling at a -4 this entire time.
Mm.
But Potato wasn't. Never mind. Yeah.
Was already rolling badly, so let's just move on.
Wasn't Potato hasted?
Yes, and that's why he got 3 attacks.
Okay.
Okay, so 16 there. And let's see what Zera can get. This is probably going to end before Arnold can even attack. And the Crystalline Amalgam is dead. That leaves Nimai, and I have a question. Are you interested in expressing mercy to Nimai?
Nope.
Zan?
I was gonna say, doesn't Amai at all look like he wants to give us mercy?
Do we
Nimai?
recognize that Namai is an enemy as opposed to just a random suit of armor on the ground?
He's the one that fireballed Urt.
No, he is not the one that fireballed Urt, but he was the
Oh.
one that made very hostile motions to you when you said, "Do you want to give up?"
Yeah. I asked, and that's what he did.
Mhm.
So, Zan, you're back on your feet. You're back to
Yeah.
haste. You are no longer stunned. So, Nimai is basically looking around in bafflement and fury. He is not looking like he's about to give up. And it looks like this is the time for Zan to lay the finishing blow.
Then a 5-foot step towards Namai. Whoop. Beautiful. And he's just gonna take out his beautiful little sword.
Okay.
And he's gonna. Am I flanking with anyone?
Not at present, unfortunately.
Oh,
But remember, you were going to have inspiration for overcoming the stun. Now
Right.
you just have inspiration for one of your attacks.
I was here before, right?
Yes.
My 5 foot, and do I have extended reach?
Yes, you do.
If I can't stand in Terry's territory though, right? I can't like move there.
You wouldn't be flanking with anyone anyway.
York? He's too far, I guess. Eh?
Yeah.
Oh wait, then I'll just be here. And I'll smack him once with the sword.
Okay.
28 to hit, plus a d4.
All right.
14 damage, stunning strike.
Okay. And
17 DC, not 18. I got the math wrong earlier.
Okay. He fails, and he's doomed.
He gets 5 more sword strikes at advantage, plus 2 talent strikes at advantage. So sorry.
Yeah. He's not going to survive this.
I'm just gonna roll the attacks all at once, really fast, and then do the d4s for the ones that succeed. I missed one.
Yep. Hit.
3. No, wait, that was 4.
So.
So I get one more.
Yep.
One more sword strike. Does that hit? 16?
Unfortunately, it does not. So that's 3
Okay.
hits.
I can spend a key point to bump it up by 2. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay. It hits.
Okay.
And then one more key point. So I think that's I have 2 key points left, so this is gonna bring it down to 1 key point left. To do flurry of blows, to do 2 talon strikes.
Okay.
Advantage. That misses. Womp womp. My talons are always missing. I need to sharpen them or something. I don't know. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So it's 5d4.
Nemai's suit of armor is completely dismantled.
I like to imagine Zan just grabs him by the face and just shreds him.
Swing with the sword, and then after the sword strikes, grabs his helmet and just rips it off.
And screeching the entire time, the screeching.
All right. And so, Zan, you have killed the last enemy. And Arstep, the unfortunately named, dives into the lake.
Sand flies after him.
I'm not even going to make you roll for this. I'm just going to have Zan go off and murder him in the distance.
So what about Sapphire Scale, who has done nothing?
Dracolich Sapphire Scale steps forward and says, "Parlay."
We're not pirates. What?
Hold on, wait a minute while Becca looks up the definition of parlay.
It's like peace, like stop ceasefire.
It's how you ask people if they speak French.
Yeah.
I'm seeing stuff about betting.
No, it's a conference between opposing sides in a dispute. Functionally an armistice.
So Sapphire here wants to set a treaty only because they're losing.
Correct.
Correct.
And Sapphire Scale is looking directly at Terry when he says this.
Terry's gonna march over,
Do it.
towering with his size, and then quite just openly ask, "How can you be of use to me?"
Sapphire Scale says, "I am a Dracolich with knowledge of undeath. I could be of use to you if we come to an agreement.
Possibly.
I will warn you
No,
that."
I have
Good.
plenty who already know much about the undead.
Indeed, but you do not have one that has traveled into undeath as I have. Plus, I do have political connections that could also be of use to you. And I will warn you that if you take this opportunity to resort to violence, I will make my last action to kill several of the people that you hold as friends. I believe in everyone's best interest that the violence stops here."
You see, they see Terry rub his chin, and he's just trying mentally to remember hag magic. That deals with quite a lot of undead things, right? Like almost to the same level as what Sapphire's describing.
Indeed.
And just Terry goes, "Well, I may not need you for anything involving the undead, but your connections." He takes out a little book. "I think we can strike a deal."
Very well. And Sapphire Scale tenses hands and says, "Then we will discuss, and we will come to a peaceable arrangement, because I do not believe that there is any further use in fighting. It has been demonstrated that you have the martial power to fight off any number of small hordes that we could field, and even those with a high level of skill can still fall victim to you."
In the background, you just hear Zan wailing on.
On Arstep. Just like absolutely beating his ass as he's crying for mercy.
It's like, how could the
Very-
bird swim?
I can walk on water, bitch. Like I actually can.
If it's any consolation, what you had felt will probably not happen again by our hands.
That would be the terms of my agreement, yes. If we put an end to this hostility between your kind and the undead, then I believe it will foster everyone's benefit.
Terry, just I can agree to this. It'll be hard to convince the other two. As of right now, I don't think I can convince Zan from stopping his assault. Does Sapphire care at all about our step?
Nope.
So Terry just sitting going, "I don't think I can stop Zan," and just Sapphire going, "I don't care."
Pretty much, yeah. As Arstep just absolutely eats shit in the distance.
Terry just, we can definitely go about regulating the usage of souls within the crystals. So we'll have to convince Ert.
That, I think, will be up to others. Sapphire Scale looks through to Urt and says, "Did you have something to add on this particular topic?"
Uh, remember how the crystal was full before this happened?
Sapphire Scale nods and says, "We had a particular arrangement that we were going to use in order to turn things around when things started sucking up, but it never seems that you did that. I can show you the rights, and it may help you in your pursuits to keep it from exploding." Meanwhile, Lung Thunk gestures to his back and says, "Yeah, this thing's glowing pretty hard."
It just how is the orb? Is it doing fine? Because apparently it's been, perfectly smooth with no jagged edges.
Oh yeah, it's doing great. It requires a bunch of runes to absorb souls into it anyway. Like that's half the purpose of the rigs around them.
So so even though that thing is full, it's not unstable.
Exactly.
I like to imagine the end state of all this is, Draculus just wanders off, and we all go back to base and just sit there trying to make sure Lung Thunk and Tina don't explode for
That's
like
it.
a week.
I don't
Yep.
know.
And
Ter-
everyone shows up, and it's like, the fuck are you doing? The fuck?
I don't know. Terry thinks for a minute on this actually and goes, "We do have quite a bit of an abundance in two very unstable crystals." Looks to the Draco Lich going, "Within the details of this treaty, I could give you a gift, as it were. If you can safely remove some of the souls that are already within the crystal in order to make them stable, so no more than what's needed, I could allow that."
Zan, the elf is offering him unlimited power.
Zan's too busy punching somebody to be involved at the moment.
It's not unlimited power if it's only just a little bit.
Ah, good point. Go
Just a
for
little
it.
bit of an unlimited
It's just
power.
a little. How many undead were in that army?
A lot.
Plus the stuff before.
And with the treaty, they're not going to use it against us.
Anyway, this will not in any way harm things. I mean, look at him. He's a kobold. He is a kobold.
Everyone knows kobolds are harmless.
How is he talking that intelligently as a kobold? by the way?
Ert's going to go up to him and demonstrate that he is a full
It's just-
centimeter taller.
It's just not all kobolds are bubbles, or
Oh, this is a not kobold, a bigger one. One of them.
Well, Sapphire Scale looks up to Terry and gives a nod and says, "I will accept this as part of our arrangement, and I will negotiate with
As-
you in detail as things proceed."
has the enlarged spell worn off by now?
No,
How long does it last?
it lasts for.
Ert's like, do I dismiss this? Do you dismiss this?
Didn't you cast it out of a
The
rune?
Draculich is like, actually,
Yeah.
I made that spell.
It was out of a rune. So
Okay, so it lasts up to a minute, so it would be starting to wear off around now.
Yeah. So around now, both Potato and Terry are getting small, and so is Zan, but that still doesn't stop Zan.
No, that just means he can swim faster.
As Zan does a fucking Mortal Kombat finisher on Arstep.
Get over here.
Did you spot what kind of undead he was?
The dead kind.
He wasn't. He was just a random guy.
Yeah, so Terry's just like, "Yes, I can agree. We can make a treaty, agree to some terms. If you can help us make the crystals stable without getting sucked in yourself, I can see to letting you use a little bit of what you siphon out."
Very well. Then, in that case, I believe we have a preliminary arrangement. I hope that all of our dealings in the future are of this nature, Mr. Terralock.
Terry gives a respectful nod at the fact that they pronounced their name correctly and didn't just default to Terry.
You prefer it when people call you Terry. I was expecting you
Because
to be
no one-
offended.
Because no one can pronounce his name. He gets more offended when people can't pronounce it.
Ert's just like, let's talk more magic.
So Terry just gives that respectful nod and, "Oh, one thing you could immediately do for me.
What would that be?
I need a suitable host."
Very well. I will go over a few suitable replacement bodies for whoever it is that needs a body. And with that, we are going to end off the finale. You did not lose a single goddamn soldier because of your goddamn fireball runes, and even the cloud kill you managed to weasel out of by making a deal with Dave. Speaking of which,
And
right, go ahead.
we need to name the town.
Are we making a town?
I mean, that was the whole purpose of this giant excursion for Terry, was making a giant town that all the soldiers could settle down.
I think more or less, we need to decide why the army would stop here.
Well, we've already got the wonderful bridge that Ert needs to maintain and repair.
No, Ert's going to prison.
He's going to prison soon.
No.
Well, he can at least repair the bridge first. Do
Exactly.
the honorable dwarven thing.
Yes, he is willing to do that right after he prevents these crystals from exploding.
Wait, why is he going to prison? I missed that.
Because he's Ert. Have you seen him?
I mean, yes, but like,
I mean, it's inevitable. There is no long-term strategy for Earth that does not end with him in prison in any sane world.
It's true. So, with that, I'm going to have one final scene of Terry, Zan, and Ert on the battlefield. What is the final thing that you say to your soldiers as they line up for one final, reconnoiter? These people have traveled with you for a long time. They've been through a lot of stuff with you, and you managed to save every single one of them. You did not suffer a single casualty.
so we kind of just own you guys now because we saved your lives so many times. So sign here on this contract.
No, literally, Zan just offering, like, you know what? I'm going to start a mercenary company.
I'm gonna run the company.
Terry, just as it comes to no shock at all to any of you, with how open I've been, despite you all making jokes about it, I'm sure you know that I originally had no plans to keep any of you alive because I never saw much use to start. And I'm assuming a bunch of the soldiers just nod, like, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Catechus Temple
Sure.
raises his hand and says, "Did you at least enjoy my cooking?"
I
It's just-
did, Catechus.
Yes.
You could stay.
Catechus-
The rest of you fuckers.
Which is why I subcontracted that out to Zan.
Yes, the cooking was wonderful, better than turkey legs. Anyways, one of the main reasons I wanted to come out here and then go AWOL, abandoning you all until everything happened, was I needed to find a place to settle down, make a new town, move my entire community here to the mainlands. I feel it only fair that I also extend this offer for you to settle down and find a new home here as well.
There's some consideration through all these folks, and the general consensus is, considering what they've seen of Vigas, it might be better if they stick together, if they trust in the people who have looked out for them before. You may be a slippery fish, Terry, but you know what? You're our slippery fish.
You're still a fish.
He's still a downright bastard with a punchable face, but god damn it, it's their face to punch.
The goblins who you recruited raise their hands and ask if they're full soldiers now.
Terry thinks for a minute and just, sure.
Zan flinches at this.
I'll even make you part of the guard once the town has been built.
Oh boy.
Like has Zan decided just to leave yet?
Zan is not participating in the big speech thing. He's just like, he kind of mentions it haphazardly.
Like, I imagine Zan's looking at Terry as like, is this a midlife crisis?
He just speaks up and says, like, if any of you want to work for my mercenary company, you're more than welcome.
Speaking of, Zan,
What's up?
if you wanted to build a home, an office, a base, whatever you want for your mercenary group, so you always have somewhere to come back to, you are free to do so in the town as well.
I mean, I was going to live in the magic bar, but I'll think about it.
Well, sometimes you'll need to leave the magic bar.
Just colonize the under area.
Zan doesn't. He's a bird. He doesn't really. Under area doesn't really.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Sometimes Zan will have to leave the magic bar and he'll need a place to stay. And why not in this town that's going to have big, wide open skies?
Mm.
Mm.
I'll think about it, mostly because Pep will annoy me a whole lot if she doesn't get to be in regular contact with you.
And Ert's like, oh, by the way, in other news, you know how we just saw this giant teleportation rune thing?
Yes.
Which one?
I bet I could figure out how to do that again.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I mean, are you sticking around, Ert?
Ert just more or less volunteering, it'd be cool to build giant teleportation circles. Who are going to teleport? I don't know. Terry's, I don't know, mom?
Was that
Uncle.
your mama's fat joke?
Nah, just he doesn't know what elves got aside from those.
Terry, just a teleportation circle to get my community here would actually be very beneficial, Ert.
Yeah. Honestly, anyone we like should probably get away from the Empire.
That's probably the most intelligent thing you've said all day, Ert. I'm so proud of you.
No, like Ert has very deep and dark insights as to what happened there.
Yeah, so Terry extends the invitation to Ert against his better judgment, but also prefaces it with, while you're here, though, please repair your bridge.
Okay, so we have sort of settled everything down. Everyone is setting up into a fortified camp. The Lich is helping siphon off all this excess energy, which will have no negative consequences whatsoever.
I mean, legitimately, one of the things that they're going to be doing with all of that magical energy is they're going to be, trying to repair some of the undead that were damaged by your reckless use of the crystal.
The what? Yeah, that's nice, dude.
Sure.
So they'll be using some of the energy that they take from the crystals to make them stable again to bring back and repair their own undead.
Exactly.
That is okay with Terry because the treaty will keep everybody safe enough. I'm assuming it's going to be like limits on how many souls we can absorb at any given time.
Well, yeah,
And in exchange, they won't fuck with us.
indeed. Now, I have one final thing that I'd like to do. Just a moment, please, as I get the last couple of tokens ready, because Snowblind and Boingo come forward, absolutely astonished that Zan did not actually kill them.
Oh, it'll be when you least expect it.
Sure. So, with all of that, everyone gathered up. This is effectively the end of the combat portion of Regiment on the Run. We will do a wrap up session when we have the time. However, we do have to do a little bit of schedule comparison on that. So we will keep you guys informed. But for now, this is the Regiment. You've made it into something stronger than it started. You've gathered people, you've gathered pets, you've gathered Pokemon. Here you are before everyone that you've dragged across this continent and protected from all of these ridiculous threats. There were a whole bunch of moments where you could have done something awful to them, where you could have abandoned them, or you could have just pursued your own interests. But here you are at the end of it all, every single soldier alive, and you guys have gotten to the good end for all your characters, especially Ert, who is definitely going to jail.
That's probably the best ending.
Ert's just gonna look back at the end of all this and go, "Yeah, the road thing was a dumb idea."
That was the mistake. That's where it all went wrong.
All right, guys, your soldiers give you one last triumphant cheer as the battle is officially over. And that is the end of Regiment on the Run. Farewell, everyone, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Bye bye.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, adieu, adieu to you and you and you.
And thanks for all the fish.
Good night, everybody.